Imagine discovering that your father, someone you trusted your whole life, is actually a serial killer. Today, we're going to tell the story of Júlia and her terrifying confrontation with her father, a man who hid dark secrets for decades. This is a story of suspense, mystery, and a revelation that will leave you speechless. Let's get started. Júlia grew up in what seemed like a normal house. She always thought she had a happy childhood, surrounded by love and affection. Her father, Robert, was an apparently ordinary man, hard-working and devoted to the family. But one day, everything changed. Before that fateful day, Júlia had wonderful memories with Robert. She remembered Sunday afternoons at the park, where he pushed her on the swing while she laughed non-stop. She also remembered family picnics at the beach, where they built sandcastles, and Robert always helped find the prettiest seashells. Then there were the story nights when Robert read her favorite fairy tales before bed, doing funny voices for each character. But one day, everything changed. While rummaging through old boxes in the attic, Júlia found a diary. Curious, she started reading, and as she turned the pages, her heart raced. There, in handwritten words, was her father's confession, describing his brutal crimes in horrific detail. Robert was arrested after a meticulous investigation that began with a series of mysterious disappearances in the city. The clues eventually led investigators to him, resulting in his arrest. The media extensively covered the case, shocking the community that had never suspected the seemingly ordinary man. Júlia was devastated by her father's arrest, but even more disturbed upon discovering the diary. She struggled with denial and pain, trying to understand how the man who raised her could have committed such atrocities. After days of anguish, she decided she needed to confront him face to face. Júlia scheduled a visit to the prison where Robert was serving his sentence. During the visit, she came face to face with the man she thought she knew. With the diary in hand, she asked, "Dad, what is this?" Robert, surprised, tried to deny it, but Júlia was not fooled. She read passages from the diary aloud, her voice trembling with emotion. "You describe each of your victims. The details are disturbing. How could you do this?" Robert finally gave in, admitting his crimes but trying to justify his actions. He claimed he was out of his mind and not responsible for his actions, but the most shocking part was yet to come. Robert revealed that Júlia could have been one of his victims. In one of his bouts of madness, he almost attacked her, but something stopped him. This revelation made Júlia realize how close she had been to danger her entire life. Robert's crimes occurred in various locations over the years. He terrorized the city of Wichita, leaving a trail of fear and destruction. The victims, all meticulously chosen, total 10 innocent people, each with a story cut short by Robert's indescribable violence. In the end, Júlia left the prison with mixed feelings. She felt relieved for confronting her father and being safe, but also a deep sadness knowing the truth about him. The story of Júlia and Robert, which is actually the story of Kerry Rawson and her father, Dennis Rader, known as the BTK serial killer, is a lesson about the dark secrets that can hide within an apparently perfect family. This is a real story, full of mystery and terror, reminding us that sometimes the truth can be more frightening than any fiction.